Hello to you all, I say for the final time, as today is the beginning of the end. Today I will either die in the end, or beat the game and return home. I won't be answering any more questions, just some common blabber till the end. I free my trusty steed who has been imprisoned since the first episode and kit them up to head out. It's October, at the time of release anyway. Like I've mentioned, some of these have been edited for weeks, but external matters have caught my attention. Being into the 10th month of the year though, means I've started on the best of 2025, usually my favourite to make of the year. I restrict myself from watching any of the year's videos as I have to rewatch all of them to get the best moments, enhancing my enjoyment as it's been a while since viewing. The only fear I ever get is for the intro. Oftentimes dubbing my past best-offs as my magnum opus, to have to top myself next year and the year after. Self-given pressure to deliver something truly enjoyable. The best-of series is also one of the only videos I give for everyone and specifically my friends. The best and most enjoyable memories of the year for us to share and take to the future. It normally takes me 2 to 3 months to make, just for refinement and watching a year's worth of videos over a period. Strongholds. I'm looking for the stronghold obviously, and strongholds spawn in rings of like every 3,000 to 8,000 blocks, I think. But a quick way to know how far you are from a stronghold is to throw your Eye of Ender up, as you saw me do before, and just build in the direction it went. Now, do the same to the left of right of this, and see how parallel your lines are. And you can just travel in between those lines to get towards a stronghold. And if the lines are not parallel and the ends start to meet, that's your indication that a stronghold is close. I appreciate good endings, more than dragged out or monetary focused endings. People often have in favourite media they rewatch for comfort. Contrary to that, I often emphasise and focus heavily on the start and intros to be specific. But I'd like for this series to end well. This YouTube hobby to end well, my life even. I prefer an end to a start, I'd say. Games in particular. A game's end sticks with me more when recalling through memory. My history with games is very diverse, and could have ended on either path. I've attempted to go pro in Valorant, and quickly stopped because the tier 2 and tier 3 community was so toxic, and it killed my passion for gaming entirely. I've had the thought that if there were ever 5 me's, I would easily go pro in that game, as I'm very knowledgeable on how to play the game. I just play it casually now, and have good fun with friends, which I much prefer. My other genres have now spread to niche story games, puzzle and art games. The games I've played the most over the past 5 years are the games I hate the most. I dislike gun games. I got slightly okay at them, so I continue to play them. The games that always stick with me are when a director's creative identity is forced upon me and takes over. I'm glad I just got to be okay at games. Get too close to being good and the enjoyment drops. Commitments and aspirations appear, and for me, they just kill the fun I've had with games all my life, all the way back to my first handheld. Now, in the fortress, the few tips that I do know was the doors and the starting room. If you find the starting room, which is a flight of stairs going upward leading to nothing, the portal will spawn roughly 7 rooms from there. And the doors. All the doors going to the portal are outward, not inward, so it's clear to see if you're going the right or wrong way. I recently did a new idea this year, which was the Draw My Life. But the concept of presentation / preparing something and doing it with my friends for a video, I might just do another Draw My Life as it was really fun. For that I ended up drawing roughly 80 pages, which was originally going to be 20 to 30, but I got so carried away with enjoyment. Maybe getting my friends in on ideas specifically for videos. Always wanted to do that, but fell short when telling the idea. Minutes away from reaching the end dimension. The moment we do, the time we have together is unknown. I don't actually know the lore of Minecraft, and if there is even any story behind the dimensions. There is this one person who is playing Minecraft without knowing anything about it for the first time, and they learned off the Wither through one of the paintings, figuring out how to complete the game with no external source for help, just the game and its guidance. I also often forget silverfish are real, and are only reminded when playing Minecraft. Similar to how you thought quicksand would be a bigger part in your life, even volcanoes. At one point in my life, I might have thought that the UK was home to volcanoes. We are here. We are at the end. And it's looking different, looking new. Even the Ender Dragon. We could have taken 2 to 3 more episodes to get here, get netherite and really prep ourselves, but the tempo really did feel right, and when it feels right, it's just always best to go. I'm gonna stop with the build up. Stop trying to make a story that links to the finale. I'm once again at a writer's block. Been sat on this one for a week. Been sat on this one for a week up. 10 PM again at night. On the weekend. Searching the web to get some inspiration, but nothing coming, so I'm just talking again. Whatever comes to mind. I tried too hard as a perfectionist to make this film almost with a good narrative. I can say nigger 532 times for the remainder if I fucking choose to, because it's simply my concept, it's my video. I'm listening to Men I Trust right now. Great band. Beautiful vocals from the lead singer. Song is Show Me How. Might even edit at the end of the video when I ramble more. As always, I've been curious, so I'm just going to share what I've been researching and learning. Ancient Mesopotamia, super cool, incredible societal history that is in the Middle East, in the Iraqi area. Lots of history, of course, and wasn't something I was too familiar with. I came across this when looking over the University of Cambridge. And ancient Mesopotamia is a society that adhered to the same-sex marriage and concept of multiple gender. Really fascinating for historical nerds. That's literally the surface of it. That's just one thing that I pointed out, but there's so much history and culture related to that. The next one is cerebromedulospinal. I look at anatomy a lot when drawing or trying to draw, and I had a giggle when I saw the alternative name, locked-in syndrome, appear next to the condition. Anatomical research is a strong interest of mine. I'm obsessed with bone structure in people, and joints in particular. With such tools at my disposal, all I use the internet for is the following: YouTube, reading, definitions from reading, emails and the news. I check my history, and I can't even accredit it to anything else. No social media, except for TikTok, when I'm doing the quarterly checkup for the god-awfulness that people sent me. On my phone, I'm on Twitter a lot. I like to read there, doom scroll sometimes even, as we all do. If there was time, or if I'd thought of it before, I would have dedicated a video to YouTubers I watch, more niche, and in their respective categories and genres to share with people who may also find them interesting. I will do a quick 2 though. 2Swap. Some super genius, I suppose, who just explains physics and maths in a viewer-focused way. Like, his latest video is called I Solved Klotsky, and it's a fucking Among Us Rubik's Cube looking fuck. No idea what that is, but sure as no, it's gonna be interesting as fuck. Thomas Flight. This guy is a fanatic over film and acting and the behind the scenes of this industry. Really breaks down the cinematic level and subtle moments that make such good film. And I really recommend this, as I think more people would focus and enjoy his videos. This single song has done me wonders. Just on repeat, and we made it to the end, guys. After a few weeks and a lot of talk from me and no input from yourself, how rude. As I hopefully put the song that I'm on about in post. Take a moment to think about the series. Maybe let me know how I did, what you like and dislike, if you even cared, or if it spoke to you, if it inspired you. Obviously, hardcore makes everything tougher and tankier, does more damage and such. Does more damage. But I was having a slow, rough time to this fight. Removing the end stars wasn't an issue, but I didn't bring beds, thinking it would be dishonourable. In hindsight, I should have used anything I had. I really enjoyed this play of Minecraft with all the nerdy tactics tried out, new ways playing this super old game, always innovating. We made it far though. I'm really happy with what we've done. As I fly through the sky at the peak, water bucket in hand, it's over. Thinking I'd land the water bucket, life has ended. And thus, we have come to a close, ending on my final moral of the story. Please don't take life for granted, as it can be gone just like that. Tomorrow is never guaranteed, and I hope you all are grateful and express this to those around you. And for the final time, thank you so much for sticking with me in this unnamed series. Goodbye.